Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another update related to the Latarjet surgery. We are getting close to the 4 months mark. I think it's about 3 months and 3 weeks, more or less. Super excited to share how I'm doing. First of all, I hope that you are doing good. I hope that you find some peace in this journey. Whether you have done the surgery or you are planning to do the surgery, this is not a small thing, it is a big thing. And I just really wish you all the best from deep within my heart because I know that this is not an easy process. I'm still in it, but I have the feeling that the big storm has passed more or less. So today, super excited to give you some updates, the usuals, related to the surgery, the range of motion, but also physio exercises, gym exercises, the mental part, plans for the future, lots of things that I want to cover today. Welcome to another episode. Let's get right into it. First of all, I want to speak about the nerve damage that I have suffered. Some of my subscribers know that there was a little nerve damage, or it was huge, but now it seems that it's getting better. So I will call it a little nerve damage. I'm still dealing with this. I can feel that I have less strength in certain movements, but I will get deeper into this later in the video. But for now, I can say that I don't need any surgery anymore. My surgeon told me that he thinks that everything will be all right in the long term. The neurologist told me that it is possible that the nerve will only function for 50%, meaning that it is possible that I will have less strength, but with enough training, he told me that I will have the same strength as with a nerve that is fully functioning. So these are positive statements. I have good hopes, have lots of faith, and yeah, I'm doing good. There is a lot of improvement in my range of motion and in my strength. Of course, there are certain movements that I am limited, but I just feel that there is progression. And as I always say, we have to celebrate the little wins, we have to celebrate the little improvements, and that's what I'm doing on a daily basis. I also want to say that somehow I feel blessed that I was able to do more rehab, because with the nerve damage, they told me that I had to do rehab in the hospital as well. So I basically had two physiotherapists, one in private and also one in the hospital. I think this has been good for me because I also see that the exercises that I was doing in private compared to the ones in the hospital, they were different. They were also using different tools, different machines. So it has been good for me in terms of getting a better range of motion and also a better recovery. And so my surgeon also gave me a extension of my sick leave. So normally I had to go to work by the 1st of March. He gave me an extra month, so until the 4th of April, meaning that I'm still at home for 2 months. So this gives me a lot of time to do rehab, to go to the gym, and to just work on this thing, on this process with my shoulder. And so I'm super grateful for that as well. I hope that you also get enough time to do that. But don't be afraid to tell your surgeon or your doctor that you are not ready to go to work. You need time to focus on this chapter, to focus on this process. And so don't be afraid to just ask if you want to be at home for a longer period. Of course, I know that in different countries, it is different, the sick leave and the payout from the government. But here in Belgium, yeah, I can say that right now the financial situation has improved. I spoke in another video that I don't receive lots of money, but I get enough for now. And so I'm just grateful and stable to focus on my shoulder. So I can say that my situation right now, mentally and physically, it is improving, it is getting better. And I want to say, speaking about the mental part, in this Latarjet journey, I think for me, myself, but I also think for everybody, is that we get confronted with the mirror. We get confronted with ourselves, because we are experiencing like uncertainty, doubts, fear, insecurity. And I just feel that I really met myself because it is in times of uncertainty and fear and doubts that we really learn about who we are, how we are doing in these periods. And for me, to be honest, if I look back to the beginning, I always have been very hopeful and positive. And of course, I had breakdowns, definitely when I realized that I had this nerve damage. But for me, this has been a huge thing because we have to get used to be patient. We have to get used to respect this process, to take it slow, to take it step by step, to not overdo. And I think, especially in Europe, especially in Belgium, and probably also in other countries, but we live in a fast-paced economy. We live in a fast-paced world with lots of, with lots of dopamine, social media, television, the media in general. And I just feel that for me, this has been very confronting because I'm always driven and ready to go to work and ready to go to the gym. And I was forced to do it different. And for me in the beginning, this was pretty hard. But I don't know how it is for you. But I also feel like the moment that you really accept where you are and accept that you are limited, also knowing that complications can happen, at least for me, for myself speaking with my own case, I feel that there is a lot of opportunity to grow if you are able to deal with these things in a healthy way. I could also see myself coping with all my things, because I used to be a guy with lots of addictions, lots of drugs, lots of gaming, lots of porn, you name it. I've done lots of things. And I feel that right now, in this period of my life, that I have been dealing with these things in a more healthy way, reading the Bible and praying. And of course, sometimes watching Netflix, but also going outside and walk and write and just doing healthy things. And it is scientifically proven that the less stress you have, the better your body heals. So I just want to give a quick side note on that as well, because the most of you I don't know, not personally, and I have no idea how you spend your time. But taking care of yourself is so important. Getting that cortisol down, that stress, eating healthy, lots of protein, lots of sleep, drinking water, and I saw some people speaking about smoking and drugs and stuff, and I think I don't judge it at all because I used to smoke when I was younger and I've done a lot of drugs too in the past. But right now, I do feel that, I'm trying to do my best in terms of eating and sleeping and drinking water and, going outside, having enough fresh air. And yeah, I just want to say that try to make the best out of this. Take this opportunity to improve your life, to create a better life for yourself, a more healthy life. And of course, I don't say that you have to do it, but this is just an opportunity. And it is also nice to think about the future. Like, what is it that you want to do in life? For me, I'm planning to change jobs. I'm planning to train different. I have different goals. Yeah, I just think that this Latarjet surgery, this rehab, it has given me lots of opportunities to stop, take time to reflect, and then just make a little plan for the future, what I'm going to do. So I am doing this, and maybe this can be an idea for you too, because you will have lots of time. And if you feel like you are bored or you have nothing to do, maybe think about working on these things. It's just a suggestion. It's not that you have to, of course. And also for me, I have spoken about this multiple times, but the faith part of my life has been huge. I became a person of faith a few years ago, and I've spoken a little bit about this in the past. But for me, like reading the Bible and praying and even worship music, these things, they fuel me spiritually. And I have the feeling that this has really helped me in this process of Latarjet too, because with the nerve damage, the old version of me would be very afraid and would be super depressed and falling into coping mechanisms. But because of the faith, I feel that I have been dealing with this pretty good. And all glory to God, of course. But for me, I can say that the faith is really what I'm thriving on. And I've seen some people also reacting that are also like into God and stuff. And, everybody has to believe whatever they want. But for me, the faith part of me has been really good to get myself through this period of insecurity and fear. So, yeah, mentally, I'm doing good. I feel that I'm improving. And this is connected to the improvement of my exercises as well. I just feel that I'm getting better, that I'm getting stronger, that I have more range of motion. And it feels like progressing in these exercises and progressing in the range of motion makes me progress mentally as well. So I really feel that these are intertwined, that they are like connected. And yeah, I'm actually very curious how this is for you, because I can say, and I speak a lot about this, that filming yourself, for me, this is such a big difference, because I feel that if I see myself improving, it's like subconsciously I'm giving myself also like confirmation that I can feel myself better or something like that. I have no idea if you understand what I mean, but I just really feel that these two are connected. And so once again, and I just know that the mental part is as tough as the physical part. It is very important that if you're planning to do the surgery, that you're also aware of the fact that mentally this will be tough, and that it is better to plan and have some ideas on how to deal with certain situations or with fear or things that you can do. It is better to be prepared than to just get into this without thinking about all these things. At least that is how I would do it if I have to do it again, to just be more prepared. Preparation is free, but it is also smart. And I think this is also just a principle in life, that it is better to be prepared than to just do something without thinking about what can happen or what could happen. So yeah, there are definitely things that I have not spoken about, things that I can share later on or maybe in another video. Right now, I want to stop for a moment. I want to dive into the physical part. So I'm going to show you my range of motion, going to show you just some random movements that I can do, some push-ups, some stretches. I'm also planning to make videos for beginners exercises and the more advanced exercises. So people who are just getting out of the sling, people who are a little further in their rehab. And these are all exercises that I've gotten from my physio and also from the hospital. So yeah, I'm going to share these with you. I'm going to share a few of them right now, but most of them will be shared in other videos. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so I have some tools that I'm using right now. I will make a video about these. These are just super nice to have at home. They don't cost lots of money and they are super useful. This was also recommended by my physio, by the way. So let's start with the range of motion. This is without tools. What I can do. I have the feeling that I basically can do everything. I feel that whenever I'm doing this, I just feel that there is still some tension. So it is not as smooth as raising my left arm. There is still some tension, but I can basically do everything. This is the exo-rotation that they speak of. So for me, this is the hardest part. And the reason is this part for me, the infraspinatus, the infrascapular, I have nerve damage in this part. But of course, the exo-rotation part is going to be difficult for everybody, but mine is very weak. So this is what I'm working on right now. This is, by the way, also what I'm doing in my physio. I'm training that infrascapular, that infraspinatus. You can also see that I'm using a pillow to make it even more difficult. So I'm training right now to get back that full range of motion. And I will show you some exercises that I'm doing for this. But one of them is this exercise is very good for my exo-rotation, but I just can feel that it is still very hard. Anyways, some other exercises that I want to show you. And this is super cool. At least I find it very cool. This is a TerraBand. This was an exercise that they gave me in the hospital. So I'm basically going to put it around my foot. I'm going to show you. So you can get it as tight as you want, depending on how many times I roll it around my hand. So it's around my feet. And now I'm doing like the front raises, but with resistance. This has been a very good exercise for me. And then now I'm doing it straight into the air, but then I come to the side and then I do a side raise. So a front raise, coming back a little to the side, and then side raise. So this has been huge for me. I probably do this every day because I think it gives me that feeling that I'm getting better in strength, but also in range of motion. Then this is something that a subscriber told me that I should do. Maybe you know these, the app rollers. This is for the apps. This is also nice for the shoulder. It is tough. It is not easy, but I just feel that it has been very good for me as well. I'm going to show you. So this is definitely also an app killer. Very nice for the apps, but also very nice to have that extra extension of the shoulder. I also have these discs. You have two sides, one to have on a carpet, one against the wall. So I'm going to use this for the carpet. And I'm going to make a video about this, guys, so don't worry. but this is super nice to have these stretches. And I can say I have no pain at all. I feel very comfortable. There's no pain. I just feel like in this position that there's a little tension around the scar, but this is pretty normal, of course, because of the surgery. And sometimes I feel like a little pain, but that is pretty normal. I can say in terms of pain, it is like a 1 out of 10, which is not much pain at all. So another exercise, pulling both sides. This is also good for the exo-rotation. It's super nice because in the beginning I was not able to do all these things. Anyways, lots of exercises that I want to share, but I'm going to go into the physio and the gym exercises. I'm going to make more videos about what you can do at home. I just want to make this video super long. So let's go to the physio and the gym exercises right now. First exercise is overhead squats without weight. These are very hard for me because I don't have the full range of motion yet. Followed by full range of motion with light weights. I'm laying on a ball. This gives me even more opportunity for more range of motion. Definitely recommend it. Then followed by a exo rotation with TheraBands. Also super nice for the resistance. These are side raises with light weights. I'm keeping the ball in the air for 10 seconds. This is hard for me, but I am definitely improving in that as well. Followed by throwing a ball to the wall, which I couldn't do in the beginning. Super nice to see the progression. These are overhead lunges with a water bag. This is very hard for stability, but I'm improving though. This is also single-handed with a water ball. If you can catch these, it's super nice. And I'm also working on pull-ups. I can do them without bands, but right now I'm using them because I'm a little insecure, but I'm improving. And then of course the push-ups, which I love. More variations are coming later in this video. And to end the first session of physio, I'm doing some wall balls. I'm improving and taking it with me to the gym. Here I do the same exercise, but with heavier weights. I'm trying to improve. These are good for cardio. It's good for my heart, getting it pounded. Followed by some push-up variation. I'm rolling the ball from the left to the right and doing some push-ups. And ending with some Australian pull-ups. First exercise, trying to keep the stability while throwing the ball. It's not easy, but it's super nice. This is the push-up variation that I did in the gym. I had to do a push-up, a diamond push-up in the middle, but this was very hard and painful for my elbow. So I skipped doing these diamond push-ups. As you can see in the footage, it hurt a little bit. Moving on to exo rotations. I do this on a daily basis, trying to get and improve that max exo rotation. This is also with a TheraBand, followed by some scapular raises. This is very hard. I'm using 0.5 kilos here. And here I'm jumping onto this little platform, putting a lot of pressure on my shoulder. It doesn't hurt anymore. And it's the same, putting lots of pressure on my shoulder. I like these kind of exercises because you combine the pressure but also keeping your stability. Guys, before I end this video, I want to say that I'm working on a Latarjet roadmap. So I'm making a program with lots of video exercises, but also lots of tips and tricks that I received from my surgeon and physiotherapist. I'm also going to make a little interview with my physio. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that as well. I want to say thank you for watching. I pray that you may heal very fast. I pray that you may experience peace in your mind. God bless, all the best to you. Stay tuned. If you have questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. God bless, take care, and see you soon. Ciao.